Good morning. So I wanted to do a little bit of an update where we're at currently. Um, I'm still fighting with the insurance company. Well, I'm actually fighting with the facility that my father is staying in. Um, their reports are not accurate, and so his insurance denied his claim. But like they're saying that he can walk 80 feet on his own, and he can't even walk with a walker. He's in a wheelchair because his right leg won't support him. Like so a walker, he can't put any weight on that. So he's in a wheelchair. So Monday I've got to call the facility and find out why the doctor that's reporting to the insurance company, which the insurance company actually set up an appointment for a peer-to-peer meeting with that doctor, and that doctor was a no-show. So there's something funky going on here. And what he's reporting to the insurance company is completely false of what's going on with my dad. Because my dad, he's still falling anytime he's, sometimes when he's transitioning from like the bed and, like he was trying to go to the bathroom and he fell because he can't, his leg won't support him because they're finding one he's got the fractures in his sacrum, and then he's got compressed discs that are pressing on nerves. So so I spend a good deal of my time talking to insurance companies and to last week I talked to the insurance company. This week I'm talking to the facility. One thing the insurance company said though that helped us, because the facility's been telling us he's going to be having to pay out of pocket, and it's thousands of dollars a day and all this stuff, and or hundreds of dollars a day. We're not quite sure. They're saying he has to pay for his doctor, his meds, his food, his bed, his PT, his OT, all the things all separately, which is racking it up. But then his insurance company said the other day his max out of pocket is almost met for the year. And then that's all he'll have to pay. So I'm praying that that's the case. But it's been an interesting challenge. Demo is going very well. We have the bathroom completely gutted. Everything's out. We're buying a new sink, a new toilet, and then putting a shower back in. My father-in-law had taken the shower out decades ago. This used to be my in-laws' home, and then we bought it from my mother-in-law after my father-in-law passed. So so yeah, the bathroom's completely gutted, and the bedroom, the wall is completely open. We got to rip the carpet up. And today we're taking Eliza Bean down to Lowe's. Her brothers got to go last week. Kai and Obi got to go last week. So it's her turn. She gets to go to Lowe's with us. We're going to take her out to lunch, and then we're going to go to Lowe's, and we're picking up all the building materials and buying a higher toilet. Um, oh, I need to talk to my dad because I'm thinking about possibly getting him a bidet, a more accessible wheelchair type sink that he can roll his wheelchair up to, and a shower. And man, we looked at shower inserts, and there was one that had everything to it. It had the handicap where you can slide the shower wand up and down. It had grab bars. It had even a seat in it to sit, but it was $5,000. Well, it was $4,000. And then when you put a door on it, it's over 5,000. So Rusty and I had remodeled our bathroom several years ago, and we did our own shower insert with Formica, and it held up great and caulking. So I think we're going to do the same thing. That's our goal. And so we will be putting a new shower in there, and then the accordion doors. The bathroom door is going to be a barn door that slides, and then his bedroom door will open, but we're widening them to 36 inches so he can wheel his wheelchair in. And then we'll be putting linoleum down on the floor instead of carpeting. And so, yeah, we're at that point where we're going to go start picking everything up today to do that. Oh, and then putting the walls back on. So it's been a lot. We have 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Um, 3 weeks is when we go down to pick him up from LAX. His niece and her boyfriend will be bringing him and the cats, the two cats, flying them in from North Carolina if everything goes as planned. And we'll be driving down to LA to pick him up. And so it's been a lot. And like with last week's Torah portion, it was go forth. And Rusty and I, it really hit home with us. You know, like Abraham, he was told to leave everything he knew, and leave and go to a place he knew nothing about, and into a situation he had no clue what was going on, to leave everything that was familiar. And Rusty and I kind of feel the same thing. We've been told to go forth and leave everything that's familiar, our comfortable, peaceful life, and take care of my father. And it's terrifying. It's scary, because I don't know him. I've shared, you know, he left my mom when he found out she was pregnant with me back in 1961. He went into the Navy, and my mom married another man, and I grew up believing he was my father until I was 14, and I was looking through family pictures, and my girlfriend and I were looking through, you know, my mom's photo album, and there was a picture of my mom holding me in a wedding, and she was wearing her wedding dress, and I was just like, well, now why would she have put her wedding dress on to take a picture of me, you know, as a baby? I was 3 months old about at the time. And my girlfriend's like, duh, Lenita, think about it. And I was like, oh my gosh. Wow. So I confronted my mom, which was not pretty. And I was told all kinds of different things, none of them being the truth. And she didn't know. You know, he just disappeared. And so she thought maybe she heard that he had died in Vietnam or died in a race car accident or different things like that. But, you know, she didn't know anything about him. And so, but unfortunately, that was a whole new, that set me off on a whole different trajectory. And that's when I got starting doing drugs and started being rebellious and started, you know, my whole thing was like, my whole family's lied to me my entire life. I can't trust any of them, you know? And sadly, that has been a lifelong thing with me with trust. Still working on it. But anyway, so, you know, I met him through US People Search on the internet. And you know, I tried it at 36 when I was 36 and didn't come through. And then I got more information. And then I found him at 38 and sent him a letter and asked if he wanted to, you know, have a relationship with me. And he said yes. And at the time he was married and he lived in Dana Point, and beautiful home overlooking the ocean. And I went and I visited with him. He's an attorney. And, you know, we got together here and there now and then. You know, people were busy, um, and then his wife actually became the mayor of Dana Point, and unfortunately, and then they went through a divorce. And so like the past 20 years, he's been on his own, and you know, he wasn't used to having me around in his life, and we just didn't really connect much. And so we would maybe talk twice a year. I'd like call him and check and see how he was doing or anything. And anytime we would be traveling through Southern California, which, you know, my son lived down there, my granddaughter lives down there. So we would get down there. We would always, you know, like meet up with him and have lunch or have a dinner or have a breakfast. You know, we would have a meal with him. We'd never go to his house. We would just always meet up with him somewhere and have a nice meal, and that would be it. Um, and sadly, when I went to his home, when we went down there in July to help him move to North Carolina, his sister invited him to move back there with her. She's 82, he's 84. You know, we actually realized that I wish that I had gone to his home years earlier, because it was obvious he was not doing well. And you know, this last year he was undergoing radiation treatments for prostate cancer, and then he was just finishing it up. But I could tell that he wasn't, you know, at 84, dealing with prostate cancer on his own, was not doing well on his own. And so I was glad that he was moving in with his sister, because they could be companions and help each other and everything. Well, unfortunately, she has her own health issues. And so, you know, and they ended up in the care facility, and she's just not able to take care of him. And I've gotten to know my cousin Stacy very well, which we're like twins on the opposite side of the country over in North Carolina. And her and I have been, dealing with this. She's taking care of her mom and her health problems, and she's slowly releasing all of the stuff for me to help take care of my dad and get him taken care of it out here. And it's her niece that's actually going to be bringing her sister's daughter, who's going to be bringing my dad back at the end of November. So, um, but yeah, and now with this week's Torah portion with he appeared, and it's like where Abraham took Isaac up, in faith. Everything, Rusty and I have had many conversations over the past couple of weeks. It's like, this is not something that we are capable of doing. Not at all in our own selves. This is going to take. Is there somebody here? I hear Rusty out there talking, and my dog. Baby, go outside, please. Baby, outside. Go outside. Go outside and bark. Get outside. Go outside and bark. I lost my train of thought. Oh, he appeared. We are watching the Father. Every night my prayer is, and every morning, lead, guide, direct, teach, show us what we have to do, because we're blind. We are in the dark. We have no idea what we're doing. Zero. And he is directing and leading and guiding us, and he is bringing people alongside of us. My girlfriend Gina has an electric bed that raises up. My girlfriend Shell, she said she'd bring it to us and come help us take care of some stuff. We have a lot to do we have a lot to do in the next 3 weeks. We are doing a lot. But anyway, but we don't know how we're doing it. And he is appearing and showing up, and we're so blessed and so thankful. And we just are putting one foot in front of the other in faith that he's got us and he's going to take care of all this. So I'm glad to have you along for the journey. I will be probably sharing some things with at Lowe's and construction and all of that. I'm reading a book, and it is really beautiful, and I wanted to share part of it with you. And it said, the path has been marked. Trusting God does not mean that we will never have questions, doubts, or fears. And oh my gosh, I have so many questions, doubts, and fears with this. We cannot simply turn off the natural thoughts and feelings that arise when we face difficult circumstances. Trusting God means that in spite of our questions, doubts, and fears, we draw on his grace and continue to believe that he is loving, that he is in control, and that he is always working for our good. Such trust helps us to continue doing what is good and right, even in difficult circumstances. So this book, timely that I've been reading it because it is helping me. And if anyone's interested, this even came up with my dad, I got this book and started reading it. It's called The Peacemaker by Ken Sande, Sande. I got it on Amazon. I can put the link in the description. It's good. It's really, really good on how to be a peacemaker. So anyway, I covet your prayers, and I thank those of you that have been praying for us. He's showing up. So be blessed, and until next time.